Okay, it's time for Shulva. First, I need to address something, which is that I am a vocal opponent of Shulva routing. I think that going to Shulva for Ascetics instead of Brightstone routing is generally not a great idea. And I stand by that, especially for new runners. If you are new to Dark Souls 2 hitless, looking to learn any percent, stay away from Shulva. It is a dangerous, unforgiving, experts-only sort of place, and I'd say nearly every run is safer for avoiding it. Brightstone routing is much easier to learn, and the early plus 10 black bow that the Brightstone chunks enable is tremendously valuable in Amana and beyond. So, this begs the question, if I'm so against Shulva routing, why are we using it here? Well, there are two reasons. First, this is an all-boss route, not 80%. We have to learn Shulva, we have to go here sooner or later. All-boss also means we still have to go to Brightstone as well, so we're not really missing out on anything there. Second, in this run we have the tools for Shulva. We have Yearn, Homeward, Dark Fog, and a good bow. And with all of those combined at our disposal, Shulva becomes quite a bit less painful. It's still tricky, we still need to be careful, I still wouldn't recommend it for any percent, but it's manageable. So let's get to it. First up, we're going to equip the cat ring, prepare Yearn. Actually, no, we don't need Yearn just yet. We do need Yearn just yet, right. Because we've already come through here for the +7 longbow, we've already opened up the little tower thing. So Yearn here and run. You first pass through, you just drop down here. You don't need to Yearn yet. Okay. Alright. Get to our little safe platform and snipe this little poison turtle. Tag this guy as well so he moves out of the way. And prepare Yearn again. Toss one up. You generally want to shoot Yearns up, where enemies can't attack them and hit you at the same time. Another Yearn pretty quickly soon after to make sure the archers don't aggro on us. Good. And again, we're tossing Yearn way up into the sky so we don't get caught in the crossfire. Now we're going to trigger these elevators, trigger this one as well on the way up. You can toss out another Yearn as well, just to be safe, because why not? We're about to rest. And there we go. Made it to the first bonfire. We raise that other pillar just for cover from the archers on the hill. That'll make coming out of here a little bit easier. Alright, now, for a quick RTSR setup. This is optional, but nice to have. Remove the cat ring. We'll toss out a Yearn to keep the archer busy. We're going to drop over here to land on the stairs. Right there. Just walk off. There you go. That'll take some damage. The next fall will give us RTSR. Right over here for the Sanctum Mace. Very useful item. Let that little guy get out of the way. We drop down here. There's our TSR. Now we run. Watch for Forlorn. Make sure you have Homeward ready to go. He can spawn in right here. Don't stand on that spot if you see him showing up. But we're clear, so we'll just keep running. Now let's talk about the Sanctum Mace. We picked that up back there. The Sanctum Mace allows us to poison ourselves. So as long as we have an Estus remaining, we can set up RTSR anywhere. And that's why that quick RTSR set back there is optional. I still love my quick RTSR setups. I'll be pointing them out as we go, where we can get them. But yeah, we have the Sanctum Mace, so you can always just fall back on that. Health was a little low after that drop, so I'm going to equip the Ring of Restoration for a little bit. Also, let's get wood arrows out, so we don't accidentally burn a fire arrow. We shouldn't need too many fire arrows anymore, but still don't want to waste them. Alright. 20k soul over there, definitely worth picking up. Now our plan to get through this room, clear the mage, just to be absolutely sure she can't mess with us. Open up the path from back here before triggering any enemies. When we drop down there, we can trigger a Forlorn invasion. So we want to run through and close the door behind us. Toss out a Yearn, make sure the enemies don't bother us. Run. Looks like we didn't get a Forlorn, but if we had, he'd be trapped in the room. We'd be fine. And now that's enough health. Let's not lose our TSR. Okay, we're clear. Moving on. We'll start by clearing out some of the insect room. Gonna toss out a Dark Fog. Get the guy from around the corner. Could also just kind of walk around the corner and hit him with the rapier, but this is Definitely safer by just a tiny bit. Alright, and now we're going to start shooting some of these enemies. We want to get them moving. There are two on the stairs on the way out of this room that kind of block our path. And they are not fun. So the idea is we trigger some of the enemies in here. Get them moving around. Hopefully this will start luring the enemies off the stairs. So when we come back here in a minute, we might have a shot at them. We want to kill at least one of the guys that was on the stairs to guarantee we can get through safely. Okay, now we're going to snipe this mage. We can kind of use this bridge for cover. There we go. Okay, mage is down. Now we're going to sneak over here quietly, carefully. We do not want to aggro this dude around the corner. I'm going to shoot the switch to lower the spikes. No more spikes. Good. Spikes do count as a hit. You don't want to touch those. Alright, now we need to open the door to the next area, the shortcut. And that's up there. We can't go any further out that way or else we have to deal with this ghost. That's not fun. So what we're going to do is line up here. You want to get to your right foot about halfway between this little point of this rock behind me and the little hand ahead. That should be pretty close. We're going to aim up as high as we can, aim down sights, and aim a little to the left of this line here. So right about there. Toss the firebomb and listen. Got it. You want to make sure you listen for that door opening or else it can be very hard to tell whether or not you did it. And you do not want to be in a position where you run through the insect room and then find that the door is not open and then you have to mow it out and do it all over again. Alright, so now we're looking. Let's put on cat ring here just in case we accidentally fall. We will take a little bit of damage here, so if your health is very low, equip ring of restoration for a bit. But cat ring, we should be fine. We have enough health now. Alright, I've still not seen those two. That's not ideal. So I'm going to break another one of these egg sacs. When you break these egg sacs, the enemies nearby kind of go over to investigate. Yeah, see, there's one. So hopefully we can lure the guys off the stairs. I would really like to get them both off the stairs. I would really like to kill at least one of them before we go. Where are they? If this were not a marathon run, you might consider just going for it. You can usually get by them on the stairs, but it can get messy, and we do not like mess. Right, they are still not helping out. Okay. Let's try... Well, hold on a moment. Where are they? Sometimes they are cooperative, sometimes they are not. I am not seeing them at all right now. Let's try this. There we go. Okay, there's one. If you can't reach him with your arrows, Dark Fog works too. Let's get the knuckles ready. Looks like he's going to move it to where we can shoot him, so I'll probably just shoot him instead. Well, no, we have Dark Fog to spare. Dark Fog is good here. If you don't miss, whatever. Blocky hitboxes are blocky. Okay, so we've cleared at least one of the guys on the stairs. It looks like we knocked someone down the ceiling. There's the other one. Okay, he's not on the stairs. We're definitely clear now. We can get past one. He's not on the stairs. No problem. So we're going to drop. We're going to run through as quick as we can. 20 poison knives there. We don't actually need poison knives. I'm going to skip them. But if you want poison knives, those are pretty easy to grab. Now we're through the insect room. And here is Flynn's ring. One of the primary reasons to go to Shulva early. It's a very nice damage boost for our rapier, but it does not help our bow, unfortunately. Alright. Strafe out and shoot a mage. Yearn to make sure she's not aggroed on us, so we can finish her off. That'll do. Now we're getting sneaky. Slow walk behind this guy. Do not want to aggro him. Head over here. And we're going to check for Forlorn before we go any further. Forlorn triggers right around here somewhere. So pause here for a moment, watch your homeward bone. If he shows up, homeward out, and we do this again. The shortcut's open now, so we don't have to go through the insect room. We already have Flynn's ring. We're done there. Alright, no Forlorn. So we're going to inch out here carefully. We don't want this guy to see us. We just want to get an angle where we can shoot an arrow to distract him. That'll do. Makes getting in this room a little bit easier. Move the three guys down the middle. Let him turn an aggro. And now we are luring them into the bits. That didn't quite work. Also, I should have put on Silver Serpent Ring. Oh well, we're missing out a few souls. That's okay. There we go. The idea here is to stand in where they can reach you, so that triggers a running or jumping attack, and then you move to the side, and the running and jump attack carries them into the pit. Alright, with the first three down, we go back for the one we snuck past. We want to do this before we de-ghost him, because when he's ghosted, he can pull out a crossbow and start shooting at us. It'll be a lot harder to trick him into the pits, and we don't want to deal with range attacks. So we'll get his attention. When they're ghosted, they're immune to physical attacks, but we can still aggro him. And that's all we need. So we're going to lure him down. Pull him down here as well. Come on, Red. Come on, dude. So we're standing where he can see us. That can trigger a running attack. Then we move to the side. Down he goes. Alright, grab the key. And now we just break all the statues. We only really need to break 3 of them, but it is absolutely not worth trying to remember which 3. So just break them all. This will de-ghost all the soldiers. Here's the last one. Okay. All clear. Now the soldiers are de-ghosted, we can poison them. And we can do this without entering their line of sight. Dark Fog is very useful here, because they can pull out a crossbow and shoot back at us. Not fun. So we're going to poison that one. Go over here and poison the next one. That should work. Got him. Alright, and now we just wait. Out of view. They can't hurt us. And then we're going to loot this whole room. There he goes. Okay. This is the Bloodbite Ring. We're going to sell this. It's worth a little under 2,000 souls. Not a big deal, but it's free. And now I'm just going to loot all these things. Once again, it's not worth trying to remember which ones are valuable. Just grab them all. That's the one we really want, 3 Twinkling. But, you know, we just grab them all. It doesn't matter. It doesn't take long. Alright. Open this door for the Dragonstone. It's a key item to open up the Sanctum to Alana later. Much later. We're not going to go there now. There's absolutely nothing to be gained by going to Alana at this point. But we don't need to open that path. We'll just come back later when we're much stronger and we can kill the enemies in our way, no problem. So we don't have to take any risks in the Lair of Imperfect. So we'll grab this Bonfire. And then we're going to go grab those Ascetics. Now that we have the key, we can open up the next room. So we'll warp over here. Oh, first, we're going to update our spells for this next section. We're not going to need Dark Fog anymore. We're going to want Yearn, Force, and Homeward. Alright, so where are we going? Back to the Tower of Prayer. Now we're going to go back into the Sanctum, same as before. We could try and set up RTSR with Sanctum Mace or something, but it's not really needed. We're only going to fight 2 enemies, so we can just skip RTSR. But if you really want it, you can get it. It's not too hard. Sneak past this guy. Don't let him hear you. Again, watch for Forlorn. Forlorn can invade right there at that little intersection, that little corner. But no Forlorn. We're clear. We're gonna run on through. Toss a Yearn out in the distance in the sky to distract these enemies and run through. Oh, looks like one of them fell off the edge. Nice. And once again, we're going to strafe and shoot. We'll toss out a Yearn, distract, and kill again. Oh. Okay, watch out for those little orbs. Sometimes she'll set those up, little affinity things, and they can seek you. You don't want to be anywhere in her line of sight when those are active, because it's hard to predict what they're going to target. Sometimes enemies will drop aggro on the Yearn and pick up aggro on you if you attack them. So don't depend on Yearn too much when you're fighting something. Easy enough. Watch out for the poison clouds. Sometimes when they die, they put up these poison clouds. It's not fun. Okay, this is the lightning clutch ring. We're not going to use it. I'm just going to sell it. It's worth a little shy of 2k. Again, not a huge deal, but it's free. These are the Bonfire Ascetics. This is what we're here for, most importantly. So we'll grab those, and now while we're here, we're going to go on to the next Bonfire. It's going to mean running past an invader. And so we're going to have to move fast. So we're going to remove everything we don't need to lighten our equip load. Only thing we need is the chime. Hexer's Hood we can keep. I guess we don't strictly need it. Whatever. Cat Ring and Chloranthy. And I'm going to radiate Green Blossom. This is one of the few places where Green Blossom is going to be really nice. Just for that little added bit of safety. So the plan here is to run through. We're going to run past the bonfire. You could try and light the bonfire and then homeward out. But the enemy can throw a Lloyd's Talisman at you. And I would count that as a hit if it does clip you. So we're going to skip the bonfire. We're going to activate the elevator so we can get back to the bonfire after the invader is despawned. All right, so force at the ready. Green Blossom. Equip load very low with all the stamina regen. And it's time to sprint. Let's go. Run, 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 run. Manage stamina carefully. Sprint past the guy. Keep running. Trigger the elevator with quick force. Now we're going to drop down this elevator shaft on the sides. Any side will do, and that will despawn the invader. And we'll drop onto this elevator. Just don't drop onto this side, because these pillars can block you, and then you can fall to your death. But yeah, with the invader despawned, we can come back up for the bonfire. Notice that the insects have despawned. Once we approach the theater, they will reappear. If they're too close and you're not sure you can light the bonfire safely, you can just homeward out. Tower per bonfire is back over there. We can just take the elevator back up here, get to the bonfire very easily if we need to. But usually the insects won't bother you, so you can just light it now, and we are in the clear. So, with that done, we are going back to Rotten's, because we have Bonfire Ascetics now.